Everybody can hear? Okay. Inna alhamdulillah wa salat wa salam ala wa rasulullah. We're continuing with the topic of the different principles of Islam. And today, what we're going to speak briefly about is showing off. And again, this is part of the human nature. A lot of the bad things that we do, such as lying, stealing, cheating, remember, it's part of our nature. Because as human beings, when Allah created us, Allah says He created us to be attracted to what is bad for us. So we're attracted to the things that we should not be doing. It's our nature to want to fornicate. It's our nature to want to lie. It's our nature to want to show off. It's our nature to want to feel superior over others, to stand out over others, to be the best. So we have to be careful of these negative characteristics that can end up causing us to end up in the hellfire. And so I'm going to speak about showing off when it comes to doing our good deeds. Listen to what Allah says in the interpretation of meaning. Tell them, Muhammad, that you are only a man just like they are. It has been inspired to you that your God is one. So whoever hopes for the day when he will meet with his Lord, let him do good deeds and not associate partners in the worship of his Lord. This is a powerful verse of the Quran. Allah is letting us know, He's telling the Prophet Muhammad to let us know that nobody likes a show off. And that includes him. Even the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was not a show off. He let the people know, I am just like you. I'm a man just like you. I am not an angel. I am not a God. I am just a man, a human being created with the same purpose that you all are created for, and that is to worship Allah. I'm not better than you. I don't know what my fate will be, what my outcome will be, just like you don't know what yours will be. So this is one of the first things that the Prophet instilled into the minds of the people when he began his dawah. Don't put me on a level higher than what I am. I am just like you. I could end up in paradise or hell just like you, depending on how I fulfill my obligations to Allah. Okay, so this is a very important verse to ponder the meaning of. Also, Allah has said in a beautiful hadith qudsi, I am most independent and free of needing a partner. Whoever performs a deed while associating partners with me, in other words, you're doing a good deed to please me and someone else, I have no need of your deed because you have a set up partners with me. So again, guys, whenever we do good deeds, for example, you want to give in charity. You give in charity because you want Allah to be happy for you. You're not doing it because you want the people to think that you're so pious. If you're doing it for any reason other than pleasing Allah, then Allah is not going to accept it because you've associated partners with Him. When you make your prayers because you want Allah to know that you believe in Him, not because you're afraid that if you don't make your prayers, somebody might think that you ain't Muslim. Also, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, shall I not tell you what I fear for you more than anything else? He said, I fear the inconspicuous shirk. And this is when a person does his prayer or does a good deed, knowing that other people are watching, so they show off. This is known as the minor shirk. It sneaks up on us. You can be making salat like these men are here. Why are they praying out in the street? Are they praying out in the street to show off? Are they doing it because they want to gain support from the people, or they want to be on the news? They want the news people to come and take pictures of them and put them on CNN like they are? Or are they performing their prayers because they had no other way to pray them but to get down and perform them like this in the public? Is that a mosque behind them? And they could have prayed in a mosque, or are they doing this to show off? I mean, again, even when it comes to prayers, everything that we do, it has to be for the sake of Allah, not for attention or anything else of any man. So again, guys, as we work on cultivating our faith, we have to make sure that we're doing everything in our lives for the sake of Allah. It's not about showing off. Again, I could care less what the people think about me. All I want the people to do is respect me. I don't care if you like me or not, because I'm not here to earn brownie points with you. I don't care about your clique, your groups. The only group I want to be in is the group of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam on the day of judgment. And that should be the ambition of every believer. Listen to what Allah says in the interpretation of the meaning. Whoever desires the life of this world and its glitter, we shall pay in full their deeds therein, and they will have no diminution therein. They are those for whom there is nothing in the hereafter but the hellfire, and vain are the deeds they did here. So again, guys, everything that we do, it should always be about Allah, not about anything else. If you're looking for the fame of this world, you're looking for the glitter of this world, the appeal of the people here, then all your good deeds are in vain. All your prayers, all your charity, your lectures you give, the so-called dawah you give, everything is in vain because you did it for fame. You did it for the wrong reasons. It has to be for Allah. And it's really sad because, guys, the people that do for the sake of Allah, they're the ones that don't have much support. I'm going to use an example of this website, and I post that up on our Facebook page. We haven't received hardly any donations this month. We only received $300. That's all. For the month of July, we have only so far received $300 in donations. That's it. And it costs $1,500 a month to keep this website going. Why is it that we can't get support here? We don't have any famous speakers. You don't see any of these famous speakers trying to say donate to Sunnahfollowers. And the sad thing is, many of the famous men that you all listen to on Facebook came from my website. They got famous from right here. Then once they reached their fame, they left and took the followers with them. And these men are living rich and high off the hog, many of them. They never mention our website. They never say, by the way, guys, can y'all drop a couple dollars, in PayPal for Sunnahfollowers, Sister Layla's website? Pay it back. None of them say that, not any of them. And that's really sad. But that's the life of the believer. And especially when you're teaching the truth and you're trying to do it for the sake of Allah, you're not going to have that many followers. Like the Prophet Muhammad didn't have that many followers. Abraham didn't have that many followers. Jesus didn't. The believers will always be in the minority, never the majority. And we're not going to get the support. But you look at these famous people who done left here and other famous people. They got millions of people following them. These men have dollars. Many of them are rich, live in nice, beautiful mansions, and they get donations to cover their living expenses, their wives, their kids, their cars, and everything else. And all we're asking for here is to pay for this website. Because I work, I take care of myself. Nobody gives me money. I don't need any money. But I do need help with the website because I can't support myself and pay $1,500 more for this. That's the way it is. The people that are seeking the fame, Allah will give them that fame in this world. But for the believers, we have to struggle. It doesn't come easy for us, which is okay. We struggle. We only got $300. This is the 25th of July. I'm praying that we get a big donation to cover the rest of the expenses. If not, guess what? This is my weekend off. Instead of being home taking care of my asthma, I'm going to have to get up and go to work and try to work some overtime so I can help cover the expenses here without it bouncing out of my check, taken away from my rent and my bills. And I got rent to pay. But this is how it is. When you're doing for the sake of Allah, you do what you got to do. despite your health and everything else. Because Allah is your helper, Allah is your supporter. You can't depend on man for anything. It's sad. So again, guys, we have to be careful. Why are we doing what we do? Am I doing it to please Allah, or is it for the life of this world? That's why the prophet said the first group of people that will be led to the hellfire, the day of judgment, were people who call themselves scholars, people who call themselves daya, people of knowledge. Allah will ask them on the day of judgment, what did you do with the knowledge I gave you? Oh, they will say, we taught it to the other people. We taught the Quran to others, Allah. Allah will say, you are a liar. You didn't do it for me. You did it for the fame. You wanted the people to call you a scholar. You wanted the people to call you a sheikh. You wanted your followers on Facebook. So get your behind in the hellfire. So again, you may have that fame in this world, but you ain't going to have it in the hereafter. So we have to check ourselves, guys, and make sure that anything that we do is for Allah. Listen to what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. He said, let the slave of the dollar perish, because he is, if he is pleased that those things are given to him. Let such a person perish and relapse, and if he is pierced with a thorn, let him not find anyone to remove it for him. Paradise is for those who hold on to the reins of their horse and strive in the way of Allah. So again, guys, and this is a hadith that I ponder and reflect upon all the time, especially when I'm looking at this website like I am today, and it's only $300 in our account, and I know my rent is due in a week, and I got to take from my rent and bounce some checks around to cover the expenses that's getting ready to come out, because we can't get donations. But then I look on Facebook and see a lot of famous speakers, many of them who came from our website. They're asking for support for the masjids for millions of dollars, and they're getting it. And all I need is just a few hundred each month, 1,500 each month. That's it. We're not asking $15,000 or $1 million or any of that stuff like they're asking for, and they get. So again, for those of us, who are struggling in the way of Allah, we have to be reminded that paradise is the reward for you. It may have been hard for you in this world, but Allah will remember us on the day of judgment. He will remember how we struggled to pay for this website every month. We did it for the sake of Allah, because we wanted to benefit the Muslims around the world. We wanted to be a website that put true Islam out there for people to learn easy, without all this foreign language and big words, to break it down easy so people can see that Islam is a beautiful way of life perfected by Allah. It's not hard to be Muslim. It just takes patience and time. So again, guys, I want you to understand, showing off is a bad thing to do. It will destroy all your good deeds. Whenever you give in charity, whenever you teach, whenever you do any good deed, whenever you help another person, before you do the deed, ask yourself, am I doing it for the sake of Allah, because I want Allah to be pleased with me? Or am I doing it because I want to earn brownie points with that person? Or I want to be famous? Or I want to be on a pedestal? Because again, it's part of the human nature to want to be superior, to want to be placed on a pedestal. Don't fall for that. Don't give in to your personal jinn in that. And on that note, we'll stop right here. If you guys have any questions or comments, please go ahead and type them on the screen.